Hello, everyone. Good evening, and thank you for joining us live. We are sorry for coming in late. We had some small challenges, but we've tried as much as possible to fix things out. So, it is what it is. As for the internet, sometimes it can't be trusted wherever you find yourself. All right. So, welcome to today's edition of the Study Abroad podcast. Of course, we are here to help you find solution to some of the questions that you may have regarding to studying abroad. So my name is Ben, and of course, this is the Fred Effect, the biggest study abroad platform you can ever have. So if you are watching us live and you have not joined us on any of our social media channel, then I would entrust you to make sure that you join us, because if you really want to study abroad, then the Fred Effect is the home for you. So once again, you are welcome. As usual, today we are going to handle your study abroad questions. So try as much as possible to get your questions prepared, and we are ready to answer you. Of course, Fred will join me very soon. So even though he's not ready, but we can still put our questions in the comment box, and I will start answer the ones that I can as we wait for the study abroad Messiah. All right. So those of you too who want to join us, those of you who wants to join us live, I would also put the link so that you can join us live and then ask any questions that you may have. All right. Thank you once again for tuning in. I can see that we have a lot of people who are already waiting. And this keeps us working, this keeps motivating us. And thank you all for trusting in the Fred Effect. All right. Yes, finally Ben is here. Yari Masalaga. Oh, Ben is here. I didn't run away. I've always been here. So I'm here today with you. So you can drop your questions and we will try as much as possible to answer. All right. Okay, so please, you can let us know where you are watching us from, and we will be glad to mention it. All right. Okay, so whilst we are waiting for your questions, at least one thing that I want you to take note is that when you take the UK education system at the moment, I think right now there is a lot of changes that is going on. And I just want to highlight on few things so that those of us who want to come and study in the UK, we can take notice of. So one of the first change that is happening is that now the UK government is expecting um, 95% attendance rate of international students, and at the same time he's expecting at least 90% completion rate. What this means is that any university that admits international students, the government is of expectation that at least 90% of the students you recruit graduate. And also in terms of attendance, you should be able to achieve 95% attendance. So what is happening is that right now the universities in the UK have introduced a lot of systems to make sure that when you come as an international student, they are going to monitor you. So please, if you want to come to UK this academic year, have it in mind that you are not going to joke with your lectures, because if you absent yourself or if you don't take your class serious, what is going to happen is that your university would write a letter to the Home Office that Co has been admitted, but Co has not been taking his class serious. Therefore, the Home Office should revoke your sponsorship, and they are going to do that because the warning to the universities is that if you fail to let your students comply to this basic rule, then what is going to happen is that you, that particular university, you will lose your licenses to sponsor international students. Because of that, almost all the universities in the UK here have become a little bit stricter compared to the previous years, just to make sure that we international students comply with this basic rule. So please, if you are coming this year to study in the UK, congratulations. But one thing I want you to understand is that the war has started. So try to make sure that if you think there is anything that may hinder you to attend lectures, that may hinder you to take your class serious, please, the earlier you eliminate that, the better. If not, your sponsorship can be revoked, and what it means is that you have to be sent home. So this is one of the serious transformation that is happening in the UK education system. So kindly take notice of that if you really want to come to the UK to study. All right. So let's see some of the reactions in the comment box. Okay, so we have Chris, who is watching us from Cameroon. Wow, Chris, thank you for joining us from Cameroon. How's Cameroon? Would you want to be our ambassador in Cameroon? Let's know in the comment box. All right. We have Farida, also watching us live from YouTube from Ghana. Okay. Farida, thank you for joining us live. Let's see. We have Sales Dog. Hey, some news video, Charlie. Ghana Laboni. All right, sales dog. Thank you for joining us live. We have Susu, also from Ghana. All right, watching us from YouTube. Thank you, Susu. Then we have hey, Rema Joy. Rema Joy is also on YouTube, joining us live from Tema. Oh, which community are you? You can let us know in the comment box, Rema Joy. And then we have Danny also watching us from Nigeria. Wow. Danny, how is Nigeria? Let us know in the comment box. Thank you for watching us live. Then we have Abna. Abna watching us from Accra, Ghana. Oh, I've missed Accra. Oh. Abna, which part of Accra are you? Or just Accra? You can let us know in the comment box. Thank you. Then this is Yautek. I'm from Ghana and I wanted to ask how to get my academic results evaluated by NACES. Okay, yeah, I'll quickly touch on it very soon for you. Okay, we have Abdul Fattah watching from Ghana. Fattah, we thank you for tuning in live with the Fred Effect. Then we have the names, some of the names are very difficult to mention, but I'll go for the Salaga. So Salaga, Ben is live, okay? You are watching us from Ghana. All right, thank you for joining us. Okay, Derek, Tema Community 2. Oh, okay. I think I've stayed in Community 19. Is it Klagon? 18 or 19, but I've stayed in, I think, Klagon I stayed there for, is it 4 or 3 years? So thank you for joining us live, Derek. All right. Good news. Nigeria is very fine. Oh, all right. Thank you for letting us know. We have Era also watching us from Ghana, Atonsu to be precise. Oh, okay. Atonsu, Ashanti region, right? If my guessing is right, I think it's Ashanti region. I think so. Oh, okay. Chris said he wants to be our ambassador. Okay, Chris, thank you. So you can reach us to us on Instagram, and we will take it on from there. Thank you. Oh, okay. I am from Nsawam, Ghana. All right. Hey, it's like today the Ghanaian people are plenty. All right. We have Kitty TV also watching us live from Accra or Doko. Thank you for watching us live. And then we have um Doreen also watching us from Wa. Oh, okay. Thank you all for joining us live. In fact, we really appreciate the time you spend with us. If you feel to come and join us live, then what it means is that we can do virtually anything. So to see you here is a pleasure, and we say thank you all for joining us live. All right, so let me quickly pick some of the questions and then we see if we can address them. But I'm also sharing the link. If you want to join us live, feel free. You can join us live also to engage in conversation. All right. Okay, so this is Farida. She's asking, please, when you differ or when you defer, would they take back their scholarship? Okay, this is a very interesting question. So I would say that it depends. Some universities are such that if you are not able to come and if you don't have any tangible reason, the possibility of you losing your scholarship is very, very high. Very, very high. But some universities too are also very flexible. If you defer, no problem. What they do is that they will just process you and then add you to the next batch. But one thing that you need to understand is that we have different types of scholarship. So supposing that your scholarship is, let's say, graduate assistantship position, then if you want to defer, it means that they cannot hold that position for you until you come back. So the possibility of you losing that uh, assistantship is very, very high. And then we have some universities that there are some scholarship packages are automatic for you as an international student. So if it happens that you are on such a package, then even though you may defer, but the possibility of getting the scholarship back is very, very high. So it might depend on the type of scholarship that you find yourself. But you don't have to worry too much. What you can do is that you can quickly send email to the admission officer or whoever is in charge of the admission, and then you can do a quick find out and see what they can say about it. And I think you can take or you can make the decision from there. All right. I am Farida. I hope this helps. If you're satisfied, you can let me know in the comment box as well. All right. So please, you can drop in your questions and we will try and then pick them up for you. Okay, so this is from Chris Tech. He says that I have bachelor's degree and an HND diploma of 2 years. When submitting transcript, should I submit A, my level 1 and level 2 transcripts alongside my HND, or B, just my HND and bachelor's? Okay. Oh, okay. That's a very good question. So so it means that you want to apply for um master's program, right? So if that is the case, you know, most admission application portal would indicate your educational background. So on that note, you have the right to enter um first your bachelor's results of your bachelor's educational background. Then when you finish, you can add your HND, which is very, very important. And most application portals I've seen so far, especially with US application, are flexible for you to enter all your educational all the educational attainments or all the educational qualifications you have. So I don't think there is a need for you to worry. And you may even stand a strong chance, especially if what you did in your bachelor's and HND are all like corresponds to the program that you are going to read. And this also may fill some of the gaps for you. So, you know, sometimes when they are reading the application, they want to understand the gaps in between your education. So, your education, then job, education, job. So, if you put in your bachelor's and then HND, at least it fills in some gaps for you. So, you don't have to worry. But your question, you know, the A passes my level one or level two transcript. I don't know which is level one you are talking about and the level two you are talking about. But what I know is that looking at your background, you fit in for a master's program. So if that is the case, then there is no wrong filling in the application with both your HND and your bachelor's. There's no wrong. Even if you want to go and read another bachelor's program, you can still put in this these two qualification, provided you can justify the reason why you have another bachelor's, but you still want to go and then read another bachelor's. If you can recall, I think 2 weeks or 3 weeks ago, we had someone on the podcast who did bachelor's but went to US to do is it diploma course, and I was asking me how was the feeling. So even with his bachelor's in Ghana, he still went outside to do diploma. I think it was last week or so. So if you want to apply for masters, then you don't have to worry. You can you can you can still you can still apply with both your HND transcript as well as your bachelor's transcripts. So I hope this one helps. Thank you. Okay, so this is from Eramimi, watching us live from YouTube. She says that, hello TFE, I'm working towards applying for master's program, thesis option. I have degree from a training college currently. I am doing my NSS. Do you think it is too early to email professors? No, Era. You know, the earlier you start, the better. So I think that you have even delayed. The only thing is that check your timeline and then understand which academic year that you want to join. So for instance, if you want to join in fall 2027, then what it means is that you can start engaging with the professors, and then you have to be specific the academic year you want to join. So I think you are good to go. Start emailing as many as you can, and then let's see the response that you may get. So don't wait till you are done with your national service. The earlier you start contacting the professors, the better. You know, you can even start contacting the professors before you even graduate. I've met few people that even secured admission before they graduated. So they secured admission before they graduated. And all that they did was that whilst they were in their final year, they started contacting the supervisors, and they even sent them their provisional transcript. So they waited for them to complete, and then they sent the original transcript to confirm their admission. So it's not too late to start emailing them. Let's send them cold emails, and then let's see what they may say, the options they may have for you, so that this can even help you to even plan in advance. All right. Thank you for your question. Okay, so this one is from Karim. Karim says, please, if I briefly enrolled in a UK university, did no course work, and withdrew with no transcript available, can I omit them from a US application? What are the actual risks of US schools finding out? Okay, so what it means is that you made an attempt to study in the UK, but apparently you didn't study. So if you didn't study, then you didn't study, so no need to mention. The only thing is that maybe probably when you are filling either the US application form or no, the visa form, they may ask you traveling history. So then maybe you have to indicate that you have been in the UK. But so far as you didn't study any course, you were just enrolled, I don't think there is no need to mention it in your application. All right.
Okay, I'm back.
Yeah, Fred, you're welcome.
Thank you, thank you, thank you for holding it down.
All right. So this one is from Owusu Ansa Kofi. Good day, sir. I am Kofi Owusu Ansa. I have completed BSc Business Administration Accounting. I have written GRE and I had 336. Please, how can I get full scholarship? My GPA is 3.4. Wow.
Wow. Well, Kofi,
Yeah.
so this is one of the people you will see that they have all the ingredients deserving to study abroad. Your CGPA is strong. You went ahead to also write the GRE. This is perfect. So this is how you can get a full scholarship. If your target is in the US, then this is what I would suggest you do. First of all, find 3 to 5 programs you are interested in pursuing. So with business administration background, you have a lot of options. Let's understand that the fact that you did a business program does not mean that you can only apply for business programs. So if you have any other interest, you're good to go. So if you find this 3 to 5 different programs, and if you're watching, any of the AI platforms can help. You can even upload your transcript, ask the AI to suggest 3 to 5 programs that your transcript can best fit in terms of master's programs. If you want to study in the US, you need to make it specific. If it is Canada, select Canada. Germany, just make it that way. So assuming you did the US, you have these 3 to 5 strong programs. You can tell the same AI to suggest universities in the US, and you can modify it, high rank or low, whatever you want to do it. So when it suggests the universities for you, then you follow the Fred effect 5 proven way of knowing that you are going to get a full scholarship. One, when you visit the program's website, so you know the program, now you know the schools, then you come and apply these 5 principles. One, request information on the university's website. And maybe I may be able to demonstrate this, on the screen if I have the opportunity to. So when you go to any university's website, you will see on the program website, you see that request information. They're asking for your name, your phone number, your email address, and then you can put in any inquiry you want. 2, email the HOD of the department. So you are emailing the coordinator And then some people say, oh, I email, I don't get responses. There's a way of doing it. So if you write your email, you can send it to our social media platform. We'll be happy to refine it for you. So you are emailing the coordinator, sharing your profile in an academic way. My name is this person. I have a bachelor's degree. I have a professional experience in this. And then you ask major questions. Will you be considered for admission considering your background in maybe business administration into the 2, will they consider you for, does the department have graduate assistantship? Don't say scholarship. Most of us use the word scholarship. If you're applying to the US, use graduate assistantship. That is for masters. And if it is undergrad, it's called scholarship. But if it is masters and above, it's not called scholarship. It's assistantship or fellowship. So do the department have fellowships or assistantships for international applicants that apply into the program? Then you can ask about webinar. You can ask for any other thing. So you mention your CGPA, just like you've done. You mention the program you studied. You mention your professional qualification. You can even add the GRE to it and ask those questions. So request information, email HOD. The third one will be to attend any info session that they are organizing. So that those who don't understand the webinar or info session, the universities or the programs organize online sessions explaining to prospective applicants what their program is about, how they could get scholarships, how you can apply, and you have opportunity to interact with the professors that will be teaching you if you should go into this university. So request information, email, join webinars. The next one is to read what we call the frequently asked questions, which is FAQs. So when you visit a university's website, there are frequently asked questions that you need to take your time and read. When you read these frequently asked questions, it makes you know, okay, do they admit international students? What is the CGPA cutoff point? Do they require GRE? Do they have scholarships? You can have all these answered on the frequently asked questions. Now, the final one is every department of a university you're applying to, they have social media platforms. Follow the platforms on social media. So don't use your TikTok and Instagram to be watching only big things. Use it to follow university social media accounts. And when they post information about admission, scholarship, and anything, you get to know as well. Ben, that was a good question. So thank you for asking. Owusu answer on Facebook.
Okay. So this is from Yaboa or Nyem. Hey, some of the names are very difficult to pronounce. He's saying that when is the US Embassy in Ghana resuming? And what's the possibility of an F1 visa applicant getting an appointment date? Any advice?
Okay, NYB, I don't know how to pronounce your name, but shout out to you watching us on YouTube. Yes, so they will be resuming on August 3rd. They posted this on their social media platforms. They will be resuming on August 3rd. And what if you watch my video posted on TikTok and the other social media platforms, I was explaining what you can do. So there is a high possibility that if only you have paid the visa application fee, be assured you will be able to get an interview slot or interview date and attend. So when they resume, there's a likelihood that they are going to release a lot of dates. So be checking the calendar, continue your preparation, make sure your service fee is paid, get your story right, get your bank statements ready, your I-20s and documents ready, so that when you get the possibility of people getting impromptu dates and they're not being able to attend the interview is very high after August 3rd, because people's appointment can automatically be rescheduled for them. And in this case, you don't get an email. So you need to constantly be checking your AVIT portal to figure out whether, the embassy has rescheduled your appointment and, you are also getting a date. Join mock interview platforms. The Fred Effect team has one. Send us a message on any of our social media platforms. We'll be happy to add you to our WhatsApp page. We have a daily mock session. And since we are talking about visa interview, let's take the opportunity to let people know that the Fred Effect team has a collaboration with Argo Visa. Argo Visa is a team of ex-visa officers. So if you need help for an ex-visa officer to check your document, do a one-on-one session with you, then you should schedule an appointment with Argo Visa using the link I'm sharing on the screen, which is rb.gy/KU72VB. I'm going to repeat that. So if you can type it in the comment section, we'll like it. It's RB, let's see if I can still show that real quick. Okay, let's see. I was showing it just now. Okay, so it's rb.gy/ku72vb, and then you can use this link to schedule a one-on-one session with the Argo Visa team. That's it. Ben, thank you for asking.
All right. So before we continue, please make sure you like and then you share today's session, because some of the things we are saying here, the good thing is that it may help someone who is also trying to prepare to come and then study abroad. So let's try and then like this show and then share it so that others can also see and then be beneficiaries. So thank you for doing that. All right. Let's see. Okay, I have this question here from okay, Kwamis is watching us live on YouTube. Kwamis, thank you for watching us live. He or she is trying to ask, please, how much does WES evaluation cost, and does your team help in procuring it? This English, there's no visa.
Yes, the Kwamis, the approximate cost of WES evaluation is around $186 for the course by course. But WES has a package, and so when you are working on the evaluation, that you get to a stage where they ask you to select the package and how many copies of your documents that you need. That determines the cost and where you are shipping it to and stuff like that. So approximately it's around $200, but depending on the package you select, whether it's for work or for school, and how many copies, that would also influence the cost of the WES evaluation. So yes, my team helps in working with applicants who want assistance in terms of evaluating their transcript. You can send us a direct message on our Instagram, which is the Fred Effect. It's a verified account. And then you can send us a message on TikTok, X, YouTube, Facebook, any of our platforms. Our team is on standby. Anytime you send us a message, 247, we are responding to them. So if you need help with the evaluation, yes, please send us a message on any of our social media platforms, and we'll be happy to help you with that.
Yeah. So I think that this question is also in line with the one you just answered. So this is from Yao. He wants to know how to get his academic results evaluated by NAC, and I think the Fred Effect team can also assist him in this situation as well. So if you wanna quickly touch on it, Fred.
Yes. So nurses, is like an association. So that the full meaning of NACES, that is NACES, it stands for National Association of Credential Evaluation Services. So there's actually a national association of all the companies that conduct credential evaluation services. So WES, which is World Evaluation Services, is just one member of the NACES. There's a lot of them. So there's Spantran, there is ECE, there's a lot of them. So if you mean using any NACES member, Spantran, WES, just choose one of these companies or that your university asks you to use, and then you can go to their website and then start the evaluation from there. Ben, thank you so much.
All right. Yeah, so I think Franklin Yao, he really came today. I think this question has been bothering him for so many years. All right, Yao, thank you for bringing it out. We will try as much as possible to assist you. Okay, he says that most of the scholarship opportunities you talk about seems to be for fields like nursing, medicine, engineering, and other STEM programs. For those of us interested in creative careers such as VFX, animation, 3D motion graphics, or computer graphics, are they equally good scholarship opportunities in Canada? Or are students in creative fields generally expected to switch to STEM related program if they want a better chance of getting fully funded scholarship? Okay, Yao, thank you for your question. Fred, when Fred came in, he mentioned the Freddie Fed 5 principles of if you want to study abroad, the 5 principles you need to follow. And one of them I want to highlight is you trying to reach out to the university, trying to send code email. You know, as long as the program is being mounted by the university, then the possibility of you getting the funding is very, very high. Just that one thing that we should know for sure is that it's not every program or it's not every university that grants assistantship to all the programs they offer. But until you ask, you might not know. So one advice for you is that which university or any university you are interested in studying, and if you're able to identify any of these programs you are interested in, the first thing is send the code email. We say that there is no harm in asking. If you ask the university and they say no, there is no funding for it, switch to other school and then find out. So you can ask as many as you can. And you know, these programs you've mentioned, they are also part of the new rolling programs that the possibility of you getting funding is very high. So don't be discouraged by the fact that maybe probably we talk more about STEM programs or we talk more about that. You know, sometimes it depends on the audiences, right? So you see that most of the people we have interactions with are those who come from this background. So it means that you are coming from this background. No need to worry. Let's reach out to the university, find out that I am this, I'm interested in this program. Please, do you have any? So as Fred said, if it is for master, if you want to pursue it at the master level, then you ask of assistantship or fellowship. And if you want to pursue it at the bachelor's level, then you ask of scholarship. So if you're able to apply this simple trick, I'm sure you may be able to have a fair idea whether you can secure full scholarship or not. Fred, you want to touch on it some more?
Yeah, sure. Obviously, it's highly possible for you to get a scholarship for any program, and it's just how you go about it, right? So you have to know how you're going to go about it. So if you let us know what qualification do you hold, so whether do you have a master's degree, do you have a bachelor's, or do you have a high school qualification? We have to start from there. So whatever experience or qualification you have, that's where we need to start from. Then we look at the country you want to study in, what opportunities or scholarships are available for the program you want to pursue, and then we can apply the strategies in getting them. So it's not a problem at all.
Yeah. All right. Thank you. This one is from Emmanuel. Emmanuel says, please, a uni in Canada has guaranteed minimum funding, but requires you to speak to supervisor before applying. Do you think it is necessary in your email to ask the supervisor about? Do you mean funding? Yes, maybe that he means funding.
Yeah, sure. I mean, you have to prepare to meet the supervisor. So, the most important thing is if you research about the person you're going to talk to, and it is okay if you want to ask about the funding.
Okay, thank you, Fred. This is from Gilbert. He says that after admission offer, I applied for assistantship, but the program's code has been changed. And when I emailed the new program code, he said he's not familiar with my info unless he asks the former. And since I haven't heard from him, even though I have emailed him again, please, what's the way forward?
So that is why it is important that I think we need to do this. I think that's why it is important for people to understand and know how emailing works. You understand? There is something we call carbon copy or CC. So the program coordinator has changed. You want to have a conversation with him, about something you told another person. The program coordinator changing does not mean the person has left the school. Maybe they just they are not the program coordinator anymore, but they are still, because most departments, they rotate the program coordinators. Maybe somebody will serve for 2 years, another professor will come and serve in that order. So when you were emailing the new one, simply copy or carbon copy the old one and make sure that you are taking your time to explain things to this new person. So you don't have to go and tell this person something and go and tell, no, just copy them in one email, and then they would understand and communicate among themselves, what to do next. So try and write an email copying the old person, and then you'll be fine.
Okay. Fred, I don't know if you can quickly do this. Copying that you are saying, some of us may, how am I going to copy? So if you can share screen and then probably in 1 minute take us through that process.
Yeah, sure. So when it comes to emailing, and I'm trying to do that real quick because I've been put on the spot. So when it comes to emailing, we have a couple of things. So the first one is the to, or who you are sending the email to, who your email is actually going to. And then the second one will be the subject of the email. So when you are sending the email to somebody, you have an opportunity to carbon copy and then blind carbon copy. And I'm going to share my screen real quick so that it makes it easier for anybody to follow. So I think, about 80% of this whole application process, boils down to how we write our emails. So I'm sharing my email, my screen real quick. So the recipient, we have the to. So maybe we have the Fred Effect at gmail.com, at whatever, at gmail.com, however you type it. Or Ben, Ben with Fred Effect at gmail.com. Then Ben with Fred Effect at gmail.com. Then carbon copy, which is the CC. That's what it means. Means somebody that you want to also see the email. So the person you are sending it to and the person you are CCing both of them will know that this is this individual was also given a copy of my email. Blind carbon copy means that you don't want the people who you are sending the email to know each other's email, or to know that you send it to multiple people. And then it comes to the subject. The subject should not be more than 5 words. So what is the whole email about? So that, and in other words, we call it the topic. What is the whole email about? So that when the person sees the subject, they will know that maybe admission enquiries. They will know exactly what you want to type. And when it comes to the body, you are going to type everything, all the maybe dear whatever. You are typing everything that you need to send in the email. Now, another thing that people do not know that is that you have to also have a signature, or what we call the signing out. So maybe sincerely, after you finish writing the email, sincerely, the Fred Effect. Normally, there's no need to type your full name. You can decide to type only your first name, if only the person, especially when you mention your full name in the email. So basically, I think we need to make time and teach people this whole emailing thing. And that's why people say that, oh, I've sent an email, I'm not getting a response and all that. But yeah, Ben, thank you for asking that.
Yeah, all right. Thank you for taking your time to take us through. I think at least the little information you have given will really help us going forward. All right. So this is from Samuel Free. He says that, what things should you look out for when writing a personal statement?
That's a very good question. That's a very good question. So for people who do not know, personal statement or statement of purpose, essays and stuff like that, these are documents or write-ups that we add to mostly graduate applications when you're applying for them. Now, here's the thing. To know what you should look out for, research or read on the university or program's website so that they tell you what they need you to write about. So I see people say that I want to apply to a school, and then they write their statement of purpose, but they are now looking for a program. So the statement of purpose that you wrote, what program did you write it for? So with every university, they have specific prompts that they will ask you to write about. They sometimes can tell you the number of words. Maybe we want only 1,000 words or 1,500 or just 500 words. We don't want more than one page. use the font size, use this font type, use this number of spacing. So to answer your question, Samuel, the program you are applying to determines, what you should look for. They are looking for in your SOP. So you can be applying to masters in economics in all the universities you're applying to. However, University A will require your statement of purpose to be different from University B. So don't write one statement of purpose and just be changing the names of the schools to apply to all the schools. Obviously, that's the lazy way of going about it, but it's not effective. Every university will give you a specific prompt. Some universities, even when it comes to your CV, they will tell you the number of pages they need. So to know what they to write or they are looking out for, please focus on the university's website. It could be in the application portal, or it could be on the program website. The number of pages, what questions they want you to answer, how they want you to go about it, and I think you'll be good.
Yeah, thank you so much. And the interesting thing is that even some universities do not accept like SOP in a form of one complete document.
Yeah.
Some of them would probably ask you 3 questions.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes it will surprise you that the question they are even asking is different from what you are thinking.
Yeah.
So as Fred said, you have to really understand the program overview, visit the university's website, know what they want. So that's why it's always good to plan ahead. So for instance, if let's say you want to study in Pennsylvania University, have in mind the program you want to study. You can even, after you may be sending your code email, you can go to the university whilst waiting for a response. You can create your portal. You can skip and go to the statement of purpose. Know what they want. And even that one even would help you in your future conversation with the professor or the coordinator who may be responding to your mail, because you can indirectly ask them those questions, especially the ones that you think they are quiet, tricky, in a professional way. And before you realize, you get an answer. Because I remember I was trying to do an application and I realized that what I'm applying for and my background, there is that kind of inconsistency. So what I did was that I sent an email fixing some few things, and I asked the coordinator, how do I transition from my background to that? And he was very specific that based on these things that you have indicated in the email, that is the transition. So you don't have to worry about it. So when you are writing your statement of purpose, make sure that you capture those things. And I think it was one of the brilliant ways to go by. So go to the portal, understand what the SOP is demanding of you, so that you can start preparing. When you get a positive feedback from the university that, oh, you are likely to get full funding, then quickly you write to meet the demand and the standard. And the one interesting part too is even the word count. Some universities will tell you 500 words. Yeah. Meanwhile, somebody had go through the page to write like 2 pages SOP. What they call him? So 500 words compared to 200 pages and 2 pages then and now. Oh, how? So just relax, visit the website, and all this will make the process easier for you. So, Sammy, thank you for bringing up this question.
So whilst Ben searches for the next question for us to answer, remember you can also join us in the studio. You can click on the link I'm sharing in the comment section. Let us know which country you're watching us from. What is the time at your end? Where are you watching us from? What is the name of the city? Let us hear from you. Remember, this is the Fred Effects Study Abroad Q&A session. Remember, every Saturday is a Fred Effects podcast, the Study Abroad podcast. We do it this and every Saturday. However, the last Saturday of every month, we come your way with a Q&A. We know you're working on the process. We know you have questions. We got you. That's why we're here. We are responding to these questions in a more professional and from an experienced perspective. We've done this for close to a decade now, so we've gotten the experience going through the process. Ben studied in India, currently in the UK. The Fred Effects, Fred is studying in the is studying in the US. So we have the experience to support and answer your questions when it comes to you wanting to work on the process. So let us hear from you in the comment section. Let us know which country or what is the time at your end at the moment, and we can take it from there. So Ben, if you found the next question, let's move on from there. And also, if you need help, we don't just want to create content and just be creating content. Sometimes people need help and then they need assistance to talk to us one-on-one and all that. We create the environment for it to be possible. So remember, you can send us a direct message. Just say hi, hello, or how are you doing, even on our, TikTok or you, Facebook, Instagram, or X, inbox. We'll be happy to respond to you. We've been responding to all our messages. That is the way to go about it. There's a whole team behind the Fred Effect. Apart from the people you see on the screen, there's a whole team behind us. So send us a message. We'll be happy to respond to your questions on any of our social media platforms. If you need help, we are here to help you as well. All right, Ben, let's take the next one.
Yeah, so this one is from Emmanuel. He says that if a university program, let's say Masters in Canada, has 2 streams, thesis for 2 years, and research paper for 1 year, to get the same degree, should I choose 1 year or 2 years? Can the choice affect my chances?
That's a very tricky question. So obviously they would have professors that you need to contact before applying. When you spoke with the supervisor, what is he suggesting? 2, what are the requirements for both pathways? So if you meet the requirement for the thesis, I would highly suggest that you go in for the thesis option. And probably 1 year may not be enough time for you to have your plans together and stuff like that, figuring things out. So obviously, I would suggest you go in for the 2 years option.
All right, thank you. This one is from Nicholas. Nicodemus. Hey, Nicholas, sorry. Nicholas says that, good evening, the Fred Effect from Ghana. I have first degree in accounting with GPA of 2.9 after West evaluation. Yeah, that's a good one. And my GPA is now 3.11. And
wow.
I want to pursue master's degree in data science, business or financial analytics. Any guidance?
Nicholas, thank you for confirming the whole thing we've been preaching. So if you look at 2.9 Nicholas CGPA initially after graduation, that is a second class lower. But after the West evaluation, it has pushed it to an upper. Now, my first suggestion to you, Nicholas, is that please only apply to universities that will take the WES evaluation. In that case, they will assess your application based on the boosted CGPA, which is the 3.1 and not the 2.9. The next thing is that, you have a background in accounting. You're interested in data science, business analytics, and financial. So you have a good, choice of programs. Just use AI or Google, and you are going to get universities that have these programs. Then you go through the 5 things I explained earlier to figure out if you will be admitted and if you'll be considered for admission and scholarship. Obviously, if you need coaching, the Fred Effect team offers coaching services that you can book a consultation with us. We'll be happy to help you out. So yeah, it's good that you went through the West evaluation to boost your CGPA, and the choice of programs you have are great as well. All right.
Okay, so one thing I want to add to is that, you see, from 2.9 to 3.11, maybe people might not understand why we preach about evaluation of transcript. Now, what this means is that another aspect of it is that he can now apply to more schools with the 3.11 compared to 2.9. So now here with the 3.11, you can apply to more schools, more programs. Because to be honest, some programs are very strict. They will say that you have to get, let's say, 3.0 before you can apply to that particular program. So what it means is that now, because of transcript evaluation, Nicholas has come to that zone.
Yes.
Somebody can say, oh, I will use my 2.9 to apply. Yes, you can use your 2.9 to apply, and you can even get full scholarship. But the point, the truth of the matter is, you may have limited chances. So you do the evaluation, you have wide range of chances. And that's all that we are talking about. So please understand it. And if you have the resources, do it to push your GPA small to boost your chances. All right. Hey,
Okay.
Fred, it seems it's been a long time we gave out application fee waiver. So Yaya
We have
has
to.
come in
Yeah, we
asking
have to.
for any application fee waiver.
Yeah. So yeah, yeah. What you have to understand is that we've made several videos. The Fred Effect team has been doing this for close to 10 years now. So sometimes, we feel like maybe some of the old videos you should check them out. So it's when we get the opportunity to see some of the universities waiving, obviously we share on our social media platforms. So please be following. And then there are actually ways to get them. So we need to teach you how to fish and not to always be providing fish. So there are several ways you can get an application fee waiver. You can simply ask. So whilst we talk about emailing coordinators and stuff like that, my suggestion is that do not email a coordinator directly for the first time and you ask for application fee waiver. It's not done that way. What you have to do is this. You need to first send the enquiry email. When they respond, then you have an opportunity to ask them of a waiver. And I will always suggest that you use, you get a reason for asking for the waiver. There was a reason that somebody said that, oh, they are trying to pay with their card, but it continues to decline. Can they get a waiver? That's a reason. Some different people have different reasons, and then they can use it to ask for a waiver. But don't just go, can I get a waiver? We don't do that. Get a reason to ask for the waiver. The second one is when you join webinars. Universities have info sessions and all that. To incentivize people to join the webinars, they mostly provide application fee waivers, and we've recently been sharing a lot of them on our social media platform. So check out the university you're applying to. If they have a webinar, join. Normally, if you join, as to incentivize you, they provide the waiver for you in that order. Generally, some universities are all year round waiving as well. Like University of Alabama at Tuscaloosa, they have a certain in October, every year in October, they have a certain week period that they waive. There is what we call the Georgia Futures, where in a certain month, all the universities in Georgia, colleges in Georgia waive application fees. Alabama universities have such a thing. There are some states, New York, for example, they have a certain month that they waive all application fees to all their universities. We call the application fee waiver week. So if you've been following the Fred Effect, and it's good that you ask about some of these waivers because it sometimes reduces the cost, involved when applying to multiple schools. If you compare the exchange rates, like when I was in Mole Bamboy, National Service 559, imagine how many schools I could pay application fees for. So basically, it's good that you're asking. But let's move on to the other
All
question.
right. Yeah, so I think Emmanuel used the 5 principle and he is sharing a testimony with regards to that. So he says that last month, Fred, this is Emmanuel from last month's section. I used the TF 5 strategies and I got to know that the resource accounts at University of Maine will not be available for fall 2027.
Yeah.
Thanks for saving my effort.
Yeah. So sometimes people want to find out, oh, why should I compulsorily email a school? Sometimes even though it's abroad, some of the information on the university's website are archaic. They've not been updated for a very long time. So when you email, you can get the up-to-date information about the program you want to apply for. And this is a typical example that they have halted the program for next academic year admissions. And sometimes the program has been transitioned online, or they are going to discontinue the program. So if you email and before you send your application, they will let you know if they will still be admitting for the subsequent academic year.
All right. So this one is from Yarim Masalaga. So he's today he has been very, very active today. It's like he came for us today. He's saying that is your Instagram the one with the 32.4K followers?
Yes.
Yes. I think now we have a lot of Freddy Fett in the system. So the original one is 32.4K followers. So
and it is verified as well.
Yes. And also, is there any update on DHS rule about the field study duration? Has it been passed or yet? Or it is being debated?
It's a proposal. We are planning on making a whole video to explain it, and I think that people should not panic. Change is the only constant thing we have, and so we'll make videos about it and explain in a more positive way and an inspiring manner. We don't want people to be confused and looks as if it's going to some of the things are already in the system, and you just need an explanation. And if you're working on the process and you're not here, it doesn't affect you. So it is equally good for you to know. So when the time comes, we will explain it in a more positive way. And always, I don't want people to panic. I want to create a content that will give you what you can do about it. When an information is just for you to panic, just like giving you news, then there is no news. You get it. But when it comes to the Fred Effect content, okay, here is the issue. How do we go about it? Like when the embassy wanted to make a renovation or renovate the consular section, it's all about panic and stuff like that. I made a 12-minute video trying to explain to people and calming down your nerves and let you understand it from a more positive perspective. So basically, that's what it is. Thank you for asking, Salaga.
All right. So this one is from Rema Joy. I think Rema Joy started even consoling people before we started the show. She was like,
she's been amazing.
Yeah, thank you, Rema Joy. Yeah, I saw your earlier comments. Thank you so much for being supportive. So she's saying that with a course-based program, are you to email a professor? 2, being away from school for a long time and don't have connections with lecturers, how do you get recommendations letter?
So whether it's a course-based or thesis or whatever, emailing is always recommended. And, being away from school means that you have a rich resume or CV, which means you've been professionally improving yourself. So that counts on your CV as well. And in terms of recommendations, pastors can recommend you. Bosses at work can recommend you. Sometimes even your colleagues. The most important thing is that they should have a professional or institutional email address, and that makes it easier.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much. All right. So we have Lois watching us from Ghana. All right. Lois, thank you for tuning in. We have Edward watching us from Sunyani. Hey, Eddie, how is Sun City? Is Taiko still jamming? Freddie, how are you to miss Sunyani?
I've missed Sunyani. And interestingly, the owner of Taiko is my boss. He's an amazing man. Shout outs to him, man.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Charlie, I've missed Sunyani.
Yeah.
I see. All right. Okay. So I think let's see. Shaban is on the studio. Let's see if we can talk to him, and then probably we can.
All right. So if you want us to bring you on, make sure you put your video on. It makes it easier because we are on air. So put your video on and ask us your questions. Shaban, you have to unmute your microphone. If you can, please get your video on. And if you're watching us on TikTok, shout out to you. Put your questions in the comment section. You can also request. I'll be happy to get you on. And Shaban, you be nice guy.
Thank you. All right, thank you, really. But I'm really excited joining today. Actually, it's something I've been following it for some time now, but I've not gotten the opportunity to join. Yeah.
What's your question?
Yeah, Shaban, which country are you watching us from?
Currently, I'm in the UK, but I think I'll be moving to Ghana very soon. Okay. I think I posted my question earlier and Ben answered it, but then I'm not really satisfied. That's why I came on. I really want to get it. Yeah. Well, I came to the UK as a student, actually, but, due to some circumstances, I couldn't actually. I got enrolled in one of the universities, but just financial situations, I couldn't actually complete. And now I'm working on my US application. There's something I really want to know because I did enroll. I couldn't complete any of the coursework. No examination start for. Okay. And then again, so that means there's no transcript for it. So if I'm applying to the US universities, you'll be asked to actually name all these schools, in fact, these universities you have attended. Okay. And I know when I name it, but there's no transcript actually to prove for that. So I'm confused whether to actually put that university in the application portal or not. I don't know whether that will be counting for like academic dishonesty or something like that. I'm actually really confused. Yeah. So that's why I'm here today.
if you don't have a transcript, then it's difficult to indicate that you actually went to the school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
So
problem.
you need to have a proof to say that even if you did not graduate, sometimes you could have 1 semester of a transcript or 2 semesters. But if you didn't graduate, then it's a bit challenging to prove that indeed you attended the institution.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Well,
if
but
you
I've
say
talked.
that,
Go ahead, Ben.
yeah, so if you say that, let's say you attended this university, then the possibility of the application portal allowing you to enter your results and grade is very high.
Mhm.
So what are you going to put in? So just skip it and then focus on the ones that you have the certificate and the transcript. I think that
Yeah.
that will save you.
Your microphone is muted. You have to unmute it.
All right.
before
Thank you
Delta.
very much. I think I'm now satisfied. Yeah. Thank you very much. Yeah, thank you.
All right.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, thank you.
All
Thank you.
right.
I'm really grateful. Actually. Yeah.
All right. Let's move on. Thank you for coming. You can also request. We'll be able to approve you, and if you have questions, we'll be happy to respond to them. We might be able to pick some people from TikTok as well. Hopefully, they can hear us, and then we can answer their questions as well. You can type your questions in the comment section. Let us know where you're watching us from. What is the time at your end? Yeah. What's your question, sir?
My name is Godwin.
Godwin, let's hear you.
Yes, I know some time ago, I think I remember, you guys were having this session with Dennis being the host, and I came in and then I asked you a question about
Ben, can you hear him? Okay, let's see. Ben, your microphone is muted. So I wanted to know if you can hear him from TikTok, because I'm using the other phone to stream on TikTok too. Can you hear him?
Yes, you can speak.
Okay, go ahead. Bro, go ahead. We are here.
Two questions about writing sample, and then I also asked you this last question about the fact that I had an interview with this professor, and I wanted to know the kind of questions the professor will be asking me. Thank you so much. This time around, I sent a CV to a colleague of mine in the US to look at it for me, because I want to also try and apply to some of the schools without even contacting, potential supervisors, because some of the PhD programs, once you get admitted, the campus funded. I will just try my luck. Initially, I didn't want to go through that route so that I won't waste money on application fees. Because I want to be assured that somebody is there to actually supervise me before I even put in the application. But I feel like I want to just try my luck and see.
Okay.
So I sent my CV to him, and then when he looked at the CV, he said I should, when it comes to my research objective, the first part of the CV, you have your research objective. He said I should structure. He said that it will align with what the professor I wish to work with is doing in his or her lab. You understand? So let's say the professor is working in, let's say, arboviruses. Even though my interest is in infectious diseases, I should narrow it down to the specific thing the professor is doing in his lab, that area specifically. I don't know, maybe you may not be my field. I'm in the microbiology field, infectious disease field. I don't know whether you understand what
which is honestly the truth. So the research objective has already been established by the professor you want to work with, and obviously they are looking for people whose research interest aligns with theirs. So you need to, and you may be willing to have an editable resume such that with every school you are applying for, you need to make a little bit of a tweak to it before you use it. Using one generic CV to apply to every school is not as advisable. Okay, all right. Let's talk to another person. Ben, if you're ready. If not, then I can move on. If you want to join us, I'm sharing the link on the screen, on the comment section. So click on it. You can join us live in the studio if you have questions. Put your video on, and then we'll be able to have a good conversation from there. Thank you for tuning in. It's been a great session. We come your way this and every Saturday. It's called the Fred Effect Study Abroad podcast. It's simple. People have been through the study abroad process. You wouldn't be the first person to do it. So what we do is we invite these individuals who have experienced the process from, applying to schools, admission, scholarships, and visa processes, so that they share their experience, their journey, the universities they apply to, the scholarships they are on, so that you who want to start the process would also understand and be able to work on the process as well. So the Fred Effect team comes your way this and every Saturday. You can check us out on YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and then X as well. Whichever platform that you are very comfortable with, then you can watch us over there. Let's see if Dexon can talk to us. Dexon, how are you doing, sir? Your microphone is muted. You have to mute it so we can hear you, Dexon. Okay, Dexon is not ready. Dexon, if you can hear us, just unmute your microphone and go ahead. Dexon is not ready. Okay, let's see. Let's move on to other questions. So Emmanuel is asking, please, if a school does not mention statement of purpose as a requirement, but instead request statement of research interest, that's a good one. Are the formalities the same, and what must go into it? I think, Emmanuel, we already explained this, that they will give you exactly what they want you to write. So a statement of research interest will obviously be that you are applying to a research focused program. And so what do you want to work on? And in this case, you need to look at what the professors in the department are doing, and you align into that, because you need to mention at least 2, 3, or 4 people in your statement of research interest who you want to work with, or some professors that encourage you, or based on which you are submitting your application to the department or the university in question. All right. Ben, is your background okay, or your microphone is muted? So
Yes, yeah, it's better now.
good.
I think we've exhausted most of the questions in the comment box, so
yeah,
we can be wrapping up.
I think we've done over an hour. So remember, if you need help with your study abroad process, just send us a message. We'll be happy to assist you. The Fred Effect also assist with your transcript evaluation. Send us a message. We are the only team that helps people who have a diploma and high school who want to pursue a bachelor's degree. Just send us a message on our Instagram platform with your transcript, and then we'll be happy to help you from there. Argo Visa is a team of ex-visa officers that help to coach you for the visa interview. Getting a date is a little bit of a challenge, but it's possible. Once you secure a date, make sure you are getting a visa approved once and for all. We have a WhatsApp platform that has existed for more than 5 years now. And so if you need help preparing for your visa interview, please send us a message on any of our social media platforms. Mention that you want to join the group. We'll definitely send you the link so you can join. So we are not only giving you information about how to work on the process or to do it yourself, we are also holding your hands if you want us to help you out, and also sharing numerous opportunities and study abroad offers with you as well. All right, Ben, let's wrap up. It's been a good session. Thank you for starting the section before I came in. That has been a good one. What's your final words?
Oh yeah, so I think all that I want to say is people should still stay positive. Day in and day out, things are changes, rules are changes, but Charlie, it doesn't stop us from studying abroad. The only time you will stop studying abroad is when the university says they are not going to admit any more international students. Yeah. So as long as universities are open, Charlie, don't give up. And the truth of the matter is that sometimes you may not be able to identify your real self until you travel. That is the truth. Most people have become who they are at the moment because they had a chance to study abroad. That can be your story. So anytime you have the opportunity to study abroad, try as much as possible to give a try. And I hope it is going to work positively for you. Thank you all for tuning in. God willing, next week we'll come with your way with another fantastic Study Abroad podcast.
All right. Fancy is asking on TikTok, and then the Fancy's question is, please, I had a third class in education. Do I have opportunity? Fancy, as I speak to you now, there's a lady that the Fred Effect team is mentoring. Her CGPA was 2.0. As I speak to you now, she has admission and a full scholarship. There's a strategy and way to go about it. You can't just use your third class to start working on the applications, applying anyhow. In that case, you'll be tired. Seek for help, refine your CV, do WES evaluation. It will boost your CGP. There's a way to go about it, and then you can get admission in a full scholarship. There are programs to target as well. All right, it's been a great session. The name has been The Fred Effect. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll talk to you some other time.